Welcome to Collecting Chaos. My name is James, and today I've got Classics Illustrated. It's Wednesday. I do Classics Illustrated on Wednesday. You should know that by now. Let's go take a look. Now, I know what you're thinking. Here we go again. He's going to go through another Classics Illustrated. Well, this is the Count of Monte Cristo, Classics Illustrated number 3. It's from 1943, and it's the third print. And I thought I'd show it to you. But you know what? I also have the 9th print. And I got to thinking, well, which one should I show? I should probably show the 9th because it's in a little better shape, not much. And then I realized, you know, people might not want to see what's inside of every single Classics Illustrated I have. So instead, I decided that I would show you several Classics Illustrated. This next one's an 8th printing from 1949. It's Last of Mohicans, number 4. This was actually the first Classics Illustrated I ever read. Not this particular one, but this number 4, Last of the Mohicans. And it kind of got me hooked on them, and that was way back in the mid-60s. So, yeah. Next up, I have from 1949, a 9th printing of Moby Dick. It's Classics Illustrated number 5. Haven't yet read this one. It's on my list of things I want to do, and of course I want to go through all of these and check them out and do some minor restoration if I need to, or conservation rather, because I'm not really restoring anything. Next, in a good minus, when was this one? This is from 1948. It's the 7th printing of Robin Hood. This is number 7. So I don't have a copy of number 6. I don't have a copy of number 26 either, and that annoys me, because I really thought I had a copy of that. So here's a 5th printing from 1945 of Arabian Nights. This is number 8. Now, I could have gone through and done these as a short, and I might at some time, but I thought it would be cool just to show you some of these early covers and talk about them a little bit. I don't have a whole lot to say, but I do like the way they do this one. It's kind of neat. Next, we have a fair copy of number 9. This is the 8th printing from 1948 of Los Miserables by Victor Hugo. Great stuff. I mean, these are classic books, and that's why it's called Classics Illustrated. I've read quite a few of these in the original form, in the book form. From 1950, this is an 8th printing of Robinson Crusoe. And this one is not too bad. I put it in fair condition because of the torn corner here. But if you'll notice, it says 15 cents and not 10 cents. So way back in the 50s, Classics Illustrated was charging 5 cents more than what they were, other comics were. From 1949, this is a 6th printing, Rip Van Winkle and the Headless Horseman, both by Washington Irving. If you've never read those, I highly recommend everything Washington Irving wrote. Now, this one is not in a Mylar. I haven't really looked into it that much. I recently picked this up. I'm not even sure what printing it is or what year, but it's number 13, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. And since it says Twin Circle National Catholic Press feature selection, I suspect it was from the 60s. Matter of fact, there's a quick way to find out. Let's take a look at the back cover. See what it says, and it doesn't. Now we have, from 1948, a fifth printing. This is Uncle Tom's Cabin by Harriet Beecher Stowe. I had to read Uncle Tom's Cabin when I was in school, when I was in high school, way back in the late 60s, early 70s, sometime in there. Great book, worth reading, worth checking out if you get a chance. We've got another fifth print here from 1949. This is Gulliver's Travels. And this one is, I have listed as, I have it as fair to good because it is, the cover is loose. It's not attached to the staples. And I need to reattach it at some point. Also from 1949, I have a fifth printing of The Deer Slayer. Now, I have not yet read this one in the original form. I do want to read it, though, because just looking through this made me kind of interested in it. Plus, James Fenimore Cooper was an incredible author. Worth reading. Take those away. Let's take a look at, from 1949. This is a fifth printing also. Huckleberry Finn. Of course I read Huckleberry Finn. I've read Huckleberry Finn. I read Tom Sawyer. I read A Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court. I read most of the works by Samuel Clemens, which of course was Mark Twain. Next we have a fourth printing, and this is from 1949 also, The Corsican Brothers. Another Alexandre Dumas book. Really, really good. Worth reading. And that's all I'm going to say about that one. Here we have a fourth printing from 1949. This one is Three Famous Mysteries. Sherlock Holmes, Murder on the Rue Morgue, which is Edgar Allan Poe, and The Flayed Hand by Guy de Maupassant. And Sherlock Holmes, of course, is by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. And that was The Sign of Four. Haven't read this yet, but I have read all of these stories. Great, great stuff. Next we have, from 1949, a third printing, The Pathfinder. James Fenimore Cooper again. Another one I need to read that I have not yet read. It's on my list of books to find. Some of these get expensive when you start looking for them. Yeah, that's okay. We don't mind. And finally, the last one I'm going to show today, from 1949, a third printing of A Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court by Mark Twain. Fantasy, science fiction at its finest. And I call it fantasy science fiction because you have someone from the then modern era going back in time. And anytime you deal with time travel, it's kind of science fiction-y. So, good stuff. Like all of these, love the covers. I mean, what's not to love? They're spectacular covers. I don't know who did all the covers. I do intend to find out someday, or as many of them as I can. But that's going to be it. Not a real long video today. I want to keep them short. And I didn't want to sit there and go through page by page on these. Now, if I showed you one that you want to see me do a deep dive on and go page by page, I will. All you have to do is put that in the comments below. And we'll do that. So, that's it for these Classics Illustrated. Let's go back to me. I guess I pulled a fast one on you because instead of showing you one Classic Illustrated and doing a deep dive on it, I showed you a bunch. But I have a couple other things that I just picked up from the mail, and I figured I'd show those to you too. This is a series that I've been wanting to read for a while. It's a Daredevil spinoff, and I didn't really want to pay what some of the people were asking for it, but I made somebody an offer, and they took it, and they accepted it, so I went ahead and picked them up. Some people are speculating on this book. I'm not speculating on it. I bought it from my collection. And
White Tiger. Here's number 1. Number 2. And I love the cover art on these. Number 3. Number 4. Number 5. And number 6. And like I said, I really like the covers on these. So even if I don't enjoy the story, I'll probably hang on to them because I like the covers. I buy things because I like them, not because I think they're going to be worth a fortune in the future. That's going to be it. I hope you all have a great week. Don't forget, check right about here for that link to Horizon Picks channel for Friday night, our auction. I don't know if I'm going to simulcast it on my own channel this week or not. I might not. Haven't decided yet. If I do decide, of course, you can watch it right here on this channel. But if you want to buy something, I really think you should go to Horizon Picks channel and watch it there. So in the meantime, everybody, have yourself a great week, and we'll see you Friday. Bye.